graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Please visit twostrangersonePodcast.net.
Subscribe to us on iTunes or on the Stitcher app for Android devices. And now, here's Chris Colon and Paul Perskrillo.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
And Paul is dying on us, people.
I am. Can you hear it in my voice? I know you can.
I hear it. You sound a lot more scratchier. You have like a kind of a raspy thing going on there.
Well, I can always talk in my Batman voice or something. I don't know.
So you have an ear infection? Is that what's going on?
Apparently that's what the doctor said today, so yeah.
Yeah, so we once again, this has become a theme in every episode. We apologize for not recording last week. I forgot even why we're not recording. And then we were supposed to record last night, and then we didn't record last night. It might as well just I guess this is going to be a bi-weekly show or something like that. But we should amp it up to weekly, but, life happens and people get ear infections. And last week, what did I do last week? Well, last week was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Hey, you're 1 year older.
Yeah, I'm 38. So that came and went. I didn't do anything really special for my birthday. I mean, I worked. I generally have Mondays and Tuesdays off with my daughter.
Did you at least watch some porn and jerk it?
I think technically, when it's Saturday night into Sunday morning, I might have, because
Wait, how can you technically watch porn?
Well, no, I'm saying no. It was technically. What I mean technically, it was technically Sunday, even though it was really Saturday night past midnight.
Yeah.
You put what's the website I go to? PornMD. PornMD is actually a pretty decent website, because what it is it kind of it disseminates like 6 different porn pages at once, and there's actually like a live search, and it's so funny when you go to the website and you click you click live search, and what it does is it lets you know what people are searching for at that moment. And it's the most awesome, like, puffy pussy lips, pregnant, Thai hooker, Latina maid, double banged. It has, and it's just the odd, and I can only imagine the people who run those websites when you.
I can only imagine what the fuck you're watching. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, I'm saying is you put live. What it is? No, you press the option called live search, and it lets people. It kind of gives you what people are searching for right then and there.
Right.
So it's not me looking at this. Whatever.
Oh, folks, it's not me. It's just the porn. It's
not me. It's the other deviants around the world who happen to be on PornMD at that very moment. But mother and daughter, double team daughter's boyfriend or some shit like that.
All right.
And there's a reason why I'm going to porn sites, is because I'm single again. The curse continues.
Second time, yes.
Yeah. As for anyone who's been following the show, I mean.
All right. Let's get to the bare bones of it. What the fuck happened?
What happened? I mean, should I start? I want to start from the beginning, because you got to start from the beginning. I was being quiet about it only because.
Yeah, you were being a very good boy. Yes, I commend you for that.
I was being a very good boy. I wanted to be.
You were like dancing around. I can only imagine you, like, every time you talked about it, you were like dancing around your room, like la 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 la, like I got a girl, la 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 la. I got fucked, la 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 la.
Had to get the demons out. Had to get the.
Had to clean the pipes.
These pipes are clean. Yeah. So to throw it back to a couple of episodes back. Yeah, so I met this girl on OkCupid, and I don't know. She's very likely she's listening because I'm pretty sure she's gonna stalk me and see if I'm talking about her.
Good.
And it's funny. Thank goodness that we're recording this. Like it's thank goodness we kind of delayed the podcast, because had we recorded this the night of or the day after, I probably would have been a hell of a lot more angrier. I've had a lot more time to kind of just sit back and think of the whole thing. And you know what? In all fairness, it's my fault. I have too high a standard in my relationships, or for the relationships that I want to have with a woman. And
could have told you a long time ago, but continue.
Well, it's it is. I mean, and it's going to sound weird, but my standard now is I need to be with a woman that respects me. Or at the very least in public. Backs me up. That was part of my profile on my OkCupid profile, and I know I've said this before on the show. I had said, if we're in a public place and I go, the sky is purple, your job as my girlfriend is to, with the other people there, you are to say, and yes, and what a lovely shade of purple it is. I don't need another person telling me that I'm wrong. I don't need, or at the very least, if you're going to tell me I'm wrong in private. Don't blow me up in public. And you know what? And the vice versa. I wouldn't blow her up in public, And now that being said, we're not together anymore, so I can talk all the shit I want to now.
So you blew her up in public? Is that what?
No. She's
in the hospital? What's going on?
No. When I'm using street vernacular. When you say blow up somebody in public, and what initially had happened was her and I were having a conversation, and I was talking about.
Wait a minute, Chris. I'm sorry. I got to say this. So you blew her up after you had sex?
Yeah. Well, I was so backed up,
The pipes are clean.
It's like that scene from Not Another Teen Movie where he nails the girl against the ceiling because he comes so hard.
Please don't make me laugh.
And no, so what had happened is we were having a conversation. Because I was talking about, I spoke about this, recently I had unfriended two very close friends of mine, on Facebook, close friends. One was a close friend, the guy I grew up with and I call brother. And the other one was the brother of a friend of mine who passed away. And actually my friend that passed away, the anniversary was yesterday, his brother. And I feel that I felt after my friend died that I should be there for his brother, as an older brother, just because, that's what you do. Someone passes away, you kind of, you help the survivors. And, this was back when I guess this morning there was a shooting down in North Carolina or South Carolina where a kid shot up a church or whatever. But this was about the cops and the brutality and people saying that, cops are racist. And, and I'd mentioned, that, if you don't resist arrest, you won't get killed by the cops. All these videos of cops beating up on people. It's always someone resisting and the cops taking, the cops may have overstepped their boundaries, but if the person didn't resist in the first place. So right. When I was making comments about it on Facebook, my two friends, or these two guys, were always kind of like, challenging me. Cops are, cops are assholes. They were saying, oh, you're the super cop, you're the RoboCop apologist, and I just I had, and it really tore me up, thinking that these are the guys I grew up with, and not the fact that that we are friends and stuff like that, but I hated being challenged every time I made a post about it. I'm obviously very pro cop. I have family in NYPD. I was a state correctional officer for years, and then I had unfriended them, and I guess I had gotten the brother, my friend that passed away, his brother called me on it the next day. He texted me oh, why did you unfriend me? This and this and that. And I was just like, look, I don't want to fight with you guys. I don't want to go through that. Every time I make a post that's pro cop, I don't want to have to deal with, oh, cops are assholes, cops are this, cops are that. And and I might have mentioned this on the podcast, when I was done with the conversation, I was fucking crying. I was I felt really bad because I feel like I'm turning my back on my friend's brother who, I had made a promise to myself to keep an eye out for him. But, I just didn't want to fight all the time. And like I said, and the other guy was a friend of mine. So that's all. That was all said and done. So her and I were having a conversation. Now back to the ex-girlfriend. Her and I were having a conversation in the house where she had said, she had said, if you keep unfriending, what are you going to get to the point where you unfriend everybody? You're going to be all alone. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be right than to sacrifice my integrity. I will cut off my nose to spite my face. And her and I had this conversation. And at the end of the conversation, she had even said, look, you understand I'm playing devil's advocate, right? And I said, yeah, that's all fine and good. So like the next day, I was on Facebook and I had commented on our conversation. Now, I didn't bring up her name or her. I didn't say her. I didn't say my girlfriend. I said I was challenged with the question, how would I feel? Like I said, I cut off those two friends. What if, my buddy passed away tomorrow? How would I feel? And I kind of made a joke. I said, look, I would feel that if, then that means he died without the revelation of knowing that, I was right all along. And I still feel that I was right. So then she had commented on the page, like, and then there, once again, here we are in public, where she's like, she had said something to the effect of, you understand that when, if you keep cutting off all your friends, you're going to be alone, you'll be alone and right. And that just fucking infuriated me. And I cursed her out, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Questioning me, especially in a public place, because to me, Facebook is public. That's, I made that post, you responding to me, and especially that if you're supposed to be my girlfriend, you're supposed to agree with me, behind closed doors. When we were having the conversation on the couch, that's one thing. And that's the time and place to have that conversation. If you are going to oppose me, and I said, look, if I have to explain to you why this is wrong, then this relationship is not going to go on. Of course there were a whole bunch of other factors, but which I will get to in detail. Now, so what had happened was, so then, we hadn't spoken since then. Well, actually and then of course, she had to use my birthday to reach out to me and say happy birthday. And I just said, happy birthday. Hope you have a good day or whatever. And I just said, thank you. And I was just, whatever, I don't want to further engage conversation. So, like I said, I'd met her on OkCupid, and like I said, that was on my profile. Does that make me wrong? Does it make me a bad guy for saying that I don't want you to post in public? If we're supposed to be a team, a relationship, a couple is supposed to be a team, and right. I think when you look at and I don't want to sound like a male chauvinist. When you look at every great man, behind every great man is an even greater woman. Great men don't get opposed by their wives in public or girlfriends. So, I'll use someone like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is obviously a gigantic hero of mine. And of course, his wife gives him playful ribbing, what I'm saying? Like, cause, he used to do a podcast with her and stuff like that. But, you can tell when you listen to him talk about his wife, whatever. She is so super supportive of everything he does. She wouldn't like really contradict him in public. Like I said, when they did the podcast, yeah, she would bust his chops. And of course she has, and if anything, he's the one that brings up their conversations about, her opposing him, because she's obviously like, his wife is very, very, very feminist. And she's like, why should I go see the Avengers when it's all, it's all these guys, like when the Avengers for Kevin Smith is something that's super important, and he brings up those conversations, not her. She doesn't go on she doesn't go on Facebook and say, this is all male bullshit or whatever. Every good man, every director, every, writer or whatever, they have supportive people in their lives who tell them, look, you do what you got to do. Because if you're going to oppose your husband in public, that just, and then on the flip side, I wouldn't oppose her. If she had said the fucking sky is purple, I would understand what my role is. My role would say, yes, and what a wonderful shade of purple it is. So, I guess, I'm the dick or whatever, but you know what? This relationship, it wasn't going to last anyway. Obviously, she has a type. She likes chubby Spanish guys.
Okay.
And I had found this out after a little bit of conversation, whatever, she's a white girl from, just outside Rochester. And, once her and I had gotten into a conversation about like exes and stuff like that, I put two and two together, and I'm like, I'm really fitting a fucking a type here. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, what works, it works or works. Obviously, it doesn't work if you're not with those guys anymore, and you're not with me anymore. So, and especially Hispanic men. We have our pride, we have our, we have our machismo, and you're not supposed to fucking question that. You're not supposed to, or at least not, successful relationships. You don't challenge that. You don't, especially not in public. When you see an old couple, you know, you always like when you're with your girlfriend or whatever, and you see an old couple, and you see like the women love that shit. When you see like an old lady and an old man, they're like, oh, you know, you think that'll be us in 50 years or whatever, and it's like, okay,
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, but you know what? That old woman very likely never challenged her man in public. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to use a very chauvinistic tone or term, but she knew her fucking place. And then on the flip side, he knew his place. A man's duty is to take care of his wife. You know, a man's duty is to take care of the person he loves. You know, and it's and I hear you groaning because I think I know what you're. Well, you know, we're all going through our shit, and it's like, you know, and what had happened was like, you know, we were dating. We'd been dating for just a little short of 2 months. And this is scary when I had cooked more meals for her than her for me. And that was a giant red flag. I can't date someone who doesn't cook.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was you know, and now mind you, I was like, you know, I'm a guy, you know, and of course, you know, I'm a bachelor, and not that I was making, you know, I wasn't making fucking 4-star meals over here. You know, I was, you know, beef stew, you know, rice and beans, you know,
you never make anything in our relationship.
Roasted chicken. Well, you're never fucking around. You're 5 blocks away and I don't fucking see you.
Well, I'm sitting in my parents' house right now, so.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, you know, and like, okay, she made me brownies once and she made me a sandwich once. I mean, that's not really, you know, I'm trying to, you know, and you know, okay, she helped me out because look, I'm a bachelor. I live in a bachelor pad. My apartment looks like a bachelor pad. And she had come over to my house and she had helped me get a lot of stuff organized. I mean, I literally put together like 4 garbage bags full of laundry that needed to get done. I got it done. You know, okay, she helped me with that. You know, I had helped her out. She had issues. She had things she had needed to take care of. I had offered and stepped up and like, even like, it was like my day off. I'm like, look, I'm here to help you out. You know, let's get this done. And of course it was her day off also. And she kind of wanted to just chill out or whatever. So we ended up never doing what she needed to do. But, you know, I mean, you know, even though we are 2 months into the relationship, super duper early, you know, I felt like I was stepping up to, you know, to be there for when she needed me. And you know, okay, she was there to help me take care of my apartment because, like I said, it looks like a bachelor pad. But, you know, I just, you know, to question me in public, that's a fucking deal breaker. You know, I can't abide. I'd rather be single, you know, and I guess if she's right, she's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be all alone and fucking single, and I'll be talking to you on the fucking podcast. You're my only fucking link to the outside world besides fucking going to work and dealing with those fucking animals. So, you know, it's just, you know, so, you know, and I'll take the blame. It's my fault. I overreacted, but I expect a little too much from my woman. And when I say expect too much, that means I expect the person to give me respect.
You need to lower your standards, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the sex was good. You know.
Then you should have kept doing it. Jesus Christ.
But it's, I mean, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for someone to fucking settle down.
Lower your standards, though, dude. Like,
and it's not like I have a type because she was, you know, a white girl. You know, my baby mama's Native American and looks very much Native American. My ex-wife was black. You know, once I found out I was kind of like once I found out that she kind of had a type, that made me feel real shitty. I'm like, oh, you just like the type. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't really like discriminate in women and shit like that. You know, I'll fuck anything, but
of course you would. Of course.
So, I mean, that's the long and short of it. Is it my fault? Yeah, it's my fault. I'm the asshole.
Yes, you are the asshole.
Yeah, because I expect to be treated with respect. And I guess
no, it's not. Oh God, I'm gonna cough up a lung here. You kind of just have like this. It has to be my way or it's the highway kind of deal. Mm-hmm. And
what's wrong with that?
Dude, I'm gonna be alone. Listen to me. In a relationship, it's 50-50, man. There's give and take. You gotta let. You can't just let, like, females are independent these days, man. They're not gonna fucking just be like, oh yeah, your opinion is right, blah blah blah, fuck you, yeah, your opinion's always right. No, they're gonna be like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, what you just said was stupid. Now, if she had said that to you in Wegmans, that's one thing. And I'm talking about she's yelling at you, screaming at you, oh, you're such an asshole, Chris, blah, 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 you're going to be alone, blah, 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 blah. That's public. That's one thing.
Well, see, my whole world is Facebook right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't socialize in Rochester. You know, I don't know. I get what you're saying. And look, I'm saying it's my fault. It's my fault. But I guess, you know, I'll be alone.
At least you're admitting to it, and I'll hold your hand later.
So the curse continues, you know. And also, I mean, come on, she didn't cook. That's a huge, gigantic red flag. I can't be with someone.
Dude, you are lucky if you can find a girl that can cook.
Yeah, but even
What?
even my baby mama that was a crackhead tried to cook. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. At least, you know, she made mac and fucking cheese. You know, at least.
Listen to me, dude. One of the biggest reasons why I'm getting married to Kelsey is because she's an awesome cook. Okay? I'm not stupid. One of the first things that your parents, like your father, will pull you aside and be like, hey, find a girl that can cook, you better fucking get her. Like, duh. Obviously. And in this age, you're lucky if you can find a girl that can cook. Mm-hmm. Seriously. So... But that shouldn't be held at a standard, though, dude. That's kind of a little bit of a high standard, too. That should be like a bonus.
I mean, but I mean, with that kind of, you know, you're not going to see old couples 50 years from now. Because everybody wants to fucking be independent. Yeah, everyone's going to die alone. because, you know, everybody... Look, yes, 50-50, but I'm a little more 50. A ship has to have a captain, you know. A president has to have veto powers, you know. Yes, we're equal, but I'm just a little more equal.
I'm gonna buy you a shirt. I'm gonna make you a shirt that says "Warning: has high standards."
Yeah.
And every time you date a girl, you have to wear that shirt. No questions asked. You just have to wear the shirt. And if I find out you didn't wear the shirt, I will fucking cuss you out on the podcast.
And I'm gonna chill out on the dating sites. I mean, I'm really like, you know, maybe it's me. It's all me, man. I got to get my shit together or whatever, and then.
Dude, you need to decide what you really want in a woman. It took me. This is honest. I'm not fucking kidding. It took me at least. Let's see. My child is 9. Let's say about 6 years to figure out exactly what I wanted and how I wanted, and get the confidence enough to go out and find that woman. Mm-hmm. And 3 years later, I can gladly tell you I'm engaged to a wonderful and beautiful woman. So it worked.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
It's my turn to bitch. Come on.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you want to say that for the second half of the show, or?
I mean, we could go to commercial and I can go grab some water.
Okay.
I really need water.
Well, we still got like 5 more minutes before we go to the break. Well, you and I both celebrate Father's Day in a couple of days.
I don't know if I'll be celebrating with this sickness, but continue.
Well, I mean, celebrate as in, you know, I mean, we're dads, and a big shout out to all the dads out there, for the dads that are doing their dad job and doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. I mean, nowadays, I mean, you know, you know, so many, you know, you and I are both fathers that don't live with our kids, you know, and you know, I get what, 3 days with my daughter. I get, you know, Sunday night into Wednesday morning, and I make the most of those days. I mean, you know, and of course she's a 4-year-old. She's asserting herself and stuff like that, you know, and you know, and I do have to discipline, you know, and with a, you know, fair discipline, you know, and you know, she's growing up so much, and I'm still fighting for custody of my. I mean, well, right now we've stopped the last court case. And I'm waiting for the mom to I'm waiting for the mom to get her own place, because she's working getting her own place, and her and I are on the same page, where basically once she gets her own place, you know, we're going to go to court, hopefully this time united as a team, where, you know, we're both going to fight for custody so that we can get the daughter back from the grandfather, and then it'll be between me and her, which the way it should be, you know. I mean, I'm doing everything I got to fucking do. I mean, yeah, I live in a fucking studio apartment, you know, bachelor pad. I mean, I do have to move. I do have to move to like a 1-bedroom. So when my daughter's here, fuck it, I'll sleep on the couch and she could have the bedroom. You know, I'm not a shit. I could fucking sleep on the floor. I don't care. Just so, you know, so she has a place for the kid. I have a place for the kid, and, you know, and we'll make it fucking work, you know, because I'm sick and tired of this fucking, you know, where someone else is making the decisions for my daughter. And it's just, you know, and I'm like, I'm doing everything I needed to do. I haven't gotten in trouble with the law. I don't fucking drink, you know, I'm working, you know, I'm maintaining a house and a car and everything like that. You know, Jesus Christ, can I get a fucking break here? You know, so it is what it is. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I guess I want to give a shout out to Mavis Discount Tires. And this isn't really a commercial, but I got my brakes done on the car the other day, and they have this thing where you could fill out a survey, and I had, and they, you know, and mind you, the guys there were professional, they're very courteous, you know, and then of the questions like, you know, what do you feel about the price? And I put a real low rating on the price. And the fucking district manager called me, and he's like, oh, you know, why don't you come to the store? You know, we'll give you a $50 discount or whatever. Well, he goes, I could give you a $75 discount on your next service, or $50 in cash. I said, fuck it, I'll take the cash. I can use the cash. So, actually, I went to the Mavis today, and the manager wasn't there, but he called me about 20 minutes before the show started, and he's like, oh, come in. So I'm going to go tomorrow and get my fucking $50. So I guess a shout out to Mavis Discount Tires in Rochester. What else? Oh, the fucking the Cavs lost, for local, because for us up here in Rochester, I mean, if for us, the Cavaliers, we're closer to Ohio. I think we're closer to Ohio than we are to New York City. So the Cavs are like a big team up here, but I fucking hate LeBron James. I hate seeing his big stupid face. And they lost the NBA finals or whatever. So, yet another year. But I love how like Cleveland fans, like, they were burning his fucking jersey when he went down to Florida, and now they're kissing his ass when he came back. So, I'm glad that he took him all the way and then failed, well, almost all the way and failed, because,
You took him all the way in, huh?
Yeah, took it balls deep, and then failed when the time came, So there's that. So we'll be back with more dick and fart jokes.
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc., 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back. And to give a shout out real quick to one of my favorite people in the world, Oscar. He says we should have a new drinking game. Every time Paul says, here's the thing, take a shot. So Paul's about to go into a rant. So every time he says, here's the thing, take a shot. Hopefully that won't skew the results. But,
actually, Oscar, if you would actually listen to my other podcast, it's basically. So every time that somebody says basically, you're supposed to drink. Sorry, you're a little bit late on that, but that's okay.
And but he says he doesn't like anime, so he's not going to listen to the Toonami Faithful. But so, and also he had mentioned, I guess someone posted a picture of you from high school. You guys are doing like a toga party kind of deal or some shit like that, where it looked like everyone was dressed in togas.
Yeah,
it was like a Throwback Thursday kind of picture.
Yeah,
he thought one of the girls in the picture was the big girl from All That. I don't think. I mean, that you didn't go to school with her or anything like that, but.
Oscar, I'm trying not to laugh right now. You're making this very hard for me.
Well, everybody.
And I have no comment, so
we are famous, so maybe that was the girl. No, it wasn't the girl from All That, but it's kind of funny if it was.
No, it's not. But that is hilarious, and I'm really trying not to laugh right now.
All right, so you had a rant you wanted to get into.
Oh, yes. So, a couple weekends ago, everybody knows that I went to MomoCon, kind of screwed up our podcast a little bit. And I actually told people from the Toonami Faithful podcast to listen to this one because, well, things weren't supposed to be the way that they ended up being. Everything turned out great. Matt did a wonderful job with everything. It took us a lot longer to get the panel out because, A, we didn't want to interrupt Toonami, and B, we also wanted to have time to get all the other interviews out because that was our original content, and we did an awesome job with what we did. If you haven't seen them, go to geekyinc.com. You can see the 2 interviews that we did, geeky-wise, on top of the Toonami panel, which is an extended edition because it has footage that was from Toonami and MomoCon, but also our footage as well. Give me one sec. And if you go to ToonamiFaithful.com, you get the interview from Justin Rojas from Funimation. I'm trying to think what else off the top of my head. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Our interview with Chad Bonin, and, of course, the interview that we had with the Toonami crew. So we have all those interviews. So basically, drink, as I was drinking water. I had this editor
Mhm.
who I actually brought in after Jose left because I'm intelligent. I prepare for these things. And, he had said that he was going to be able to help us with the panel. He was going to be able to do whatever we needed to do and make it happen. And for a while there, we kind of lost touch because, I was busy, 2 podcasts, 2 websites, 2 jobs, being engaged, not too much I can do. So, I would check in on him every once in a while. I'd get a reply or whatnot. Come to find out, so I got back in contact with him around March, and I said, hey, are you still going to do the panel with us? Because, you had said that you were going to do that. And he's like, yeah, just let me know. I'll find out from my sister what's going on and see if I can get cheap tickets to go down there. Well, that was the last time I heard from him. And, I literally was, because he was supposed to contact me like a week later. I waited a couple weeks. I didn't want to try to be like a dickhead or an asshole. But I tried to contact this guy like several times a day, trying to get him to like at least say to me, go fuck yourself or something. Nothing. Not a word. He didn't even show up at MomoCon. So I had already created a plan B just in case something had happened, which was Matt. I would just send him the footage, which everything worked out. This was kind of like our first year to experiment with that. But it ended up turning out to be good. So, I'm more than happy to do that again. Or looking at maybe not doing the panel anymore because it's being live streamed. But to the point that I'm trying to make is like, I brought this guy on. He was a really cool guy. I thought he was, he really was down. But he just like he just was like, fuck this. I'm not going to respond to you. And it's like, I don't really care if you don't want to do something. That's fine. Just say, hey, look, dude, I appreciate that you want to bring me on, but I can't really do this for you. That's all you got to say to me. But then to fucking be like, not even respond. It's like, fuck you. Like, Jose, as much as he would sometimes piss me off and be like, no, I'm not going to do something, in the end, he would still do it, whether or not he liked it. And then he would come to me and be like, oh, that was a good idea. We did that, Like, I could depend on Jose to do stuff. This guy was like, it was like pulling teeth. Like, I don't even know if I have the part 2 of Avatar. Like, I sent him, the footage for God, I can't think of what book that is. And I'm trying to see if I'm actually looking at I'm going to look at the page right now. I don't even think he put that up on our channel. Like, he still has a review that we did, as far as I know, and I'm going to look right now and see. But like, I don't even think he didn't even bring that up. Like, it's, I ask you to do something and you can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like rocket science. Like, you had a responsibility to do something. You couldn't even put it up. So now I look like the dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess
go back and take a shot every time Paul says, like, go on, I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
This guy, he failed you, basically.
Yeah, he basically failed me. I was just, if I wasn't so sick, it would be a lot better right now. But really, dude, like, it was a learning lesson, It was definitely a learning lesson, so.
And it's, I mean, because I remember when we were discussing, because I had deeper aspirations of like saying, oh, okay, I'll go with you guys to MomoCon, because seeing that I was going to go down with my mom to Georgia just a couple days earlier, and I would have found out a way to stay down there and then meet up with you guys. And I was like, shit, I'll sleep on the floor if I have to. That plan failed. But I remember you had said, you were like, dude, the room is full or whatever. I mean, I could have been there, but I mean, I didn't have the money or the time because I was at work doing other dumb shit, supporting my corporate masters, but fuck that. You want to shout out his name or no?
Nah, fuck that asshole. He doesn't need anything.
Gotcha. And as for, usually the second half of the show is more like what I like to call the geeky news. But oddly enough, I mean, since the last episode, I mean, the one, I don't want to say there isn't much geeky news because they're still doing E3 right now, Electronics Entertainment Expo, they scaled it back. It got real big a couple years ago. And then they wanted to scale it back because I remember it used to be in May and, and the E3 was the big deal for video games.
Final Fantasy VII's coming back. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. All the announcements or anything that I really have to talk about would be more not comic book movie stuff, but more just video game stuff in the past week. I mean, we could
talk about too that that Jurassic Park basically knocked everything out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Pratt, they really got a fucking star in their hands. I mean, after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he's part of, he's part of the Marvel universe. Then they lent him out to Universal Studios, and fucking, I mean, Jurassic World. I mean, I keep hearing good things about it. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone's saying that it's very much a throwback to the original Jurassic Park. It's the only true sequel, as a lot of people saying. A lot of people saying that Jurassic Park 2 and 3, you might as well just throw those out and just watch. If you're gonna just watch Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, which followed, if I understand, also kind of followed the books a little bit more. I mean, not that they followed the book to the T, but they followed the book a hell of a lot more than Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3 did. And fucking Chris Pratt just fucking is just printing money now, being the star of the movie. I mean, it got so much that even Marvel, I posted it on my Facebook page, even Marvel congratulated Universal Studios for but the biggest opening in history.
Well, I find it really interesting that his character controls those velociraptors and is able to command them so that way they don't hurt anybody. Because it's like, that in the trailer, like that one guy falls into the pit and they're about to attack him. He's like, whoa. He's like, all right, calm down, guys, calm down. And the guy's like, how the hell are you able to control them? He's like, don't they need an alpha? He's like, you're looking at them. Which is awesome. So
yeah, they're saying he's channeling his inner Han Solo. That's I heard that from like more than one source. Everyone's saying that it's saying that his character was kind of the Han Solo of Guardians of the Galaxy. He's definitely milking that presence and bringing it into Jurassic World, and just the fact that in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's him talking to a fucking walking tree and a talking raccoon. Now he's in another movie, controlling velociraptors. Like I guess he's really good at interacting with things that aren't there in the first place. Or we put in, computer generated characters, I guess would be the best way to put it. But, people were saying with the internet, the internet is killing the business. But seeing that, here we are, of course, I get the people who are arguing that, the movie studios only, they have these big tentpole movies and they kind of like, for every Jurassic World that's being made, there's 100 smaller independent movies that could have been made and are kind of being put to the wayside. And of course, that's a shame, but I think that means that the independent guys need to step up their game. Especially nowadays with the internet, the way content is being distributed, especially that people are turning to the internet, people like TV is definitely I think TV is taking a bigger hit than the movies are, when it comes to, the internet kind of just providing content. But, people can I'm just saying these independent guys, you got the internet, you got Kickstarter, you got, Indiegogo, you got, I'm pretty sure there's sites that would love to have, them stream movies and stuff like that. So, you guys got to step up your game. I mean, yeah, the movie studios, don't get me wrong, the movie studios have a monopoly, or should I say, was it oligarchy or whatever, when there's more than one, but, like the 5 studios control the entire fucking industry. And yeah, that's a shame, but, nowadays you don't need those you don't need those gatekeepers. There's ways to get your fucking movie distributed without having to go to a big studio. Of course, yeah, the studio throws a lot of money into advertising and they drill it into your fucking head. But if a movie's good, it's going to be good and people will find it and you'll have your audience, But, I love how, people were saying, oh, the internet is destroying the fucking movie industry when, every year we have another movie that fucking just blows the fucking old record out the water.
Well, what it is, you have these movies that people have been dying to see for years. Jurassic World is one of those movies that everybody's been waiting for. People have been sitting there. The one thing I've always heard since even like when the second one came out and then even after the third one, the theme that I've heard from everybody, when are they going back to the original island?
Yeah.
Dude, look at how much money it made. Mm-hmm. I'm fucking right.
And a movie like that, kind of like the same thing like with the way Star Wars is going to be, where, people of our generation, we're in that demographic, that 18 to 45 demographic, the real money spenders, where the people for Jurassic World, the audience now for Jurassic World, guys like us now have kids. My daughter's a little too young. I only just that, I don't think she'll be scared or anything like that. But people of our generation, we're at an age now where we're buying at least 2 tickets. tickets. We're buying our own ticket and our kids' ticket. Like, this movie's coming at a prime time. Of course, we wanted it to come earlier, but it's coming at a prime time where kids who grew up watching Jurassic Park, when you saw that movie in your early teens, or even whatever, you're 7, 8, or 9 or whatever. Now we're old enough where we're parents and we could bring our own kids, almost the same age that we were when we saw Jurassic Park, can go and see the movie. And now we're buying instead of just buying one ticket, we're buying 2 or 3 because, our ticket and our kids' tickets and our wives or kids or whatever. So, I think that also helped a lot. I mean, don't be wrong. It definitely helps that they made a good movie because I keep hearing nothing but good things about it. It's funny how these movies kind of come back in vogue where, now that the whole audience got a little older, now we're bringing our kids to see it, and I want to see it. I just haven't had the time. Gone.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I've been actually noticing, and oh my God, they're actually listening to people for once.
Yeah. Instead of the studios telling us what we like.
PlayStation 4 has this network now. Like, they're going to do this whole TV thing. Mm-hmm. Apparently, you're going to be able to pick what channels you want. Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. You guys are actually listening. Mm-hmm. Like, and they were actually, I've seen a couple articles about this, not about just the PlayStation system that's coming up, but like they were telling us about how people that they surveyed, all the channels that they picked and they wanted that they would have on their service, it would probably amount to them being under $50 a month. Mm-hmm. Less than what people are paying right now.
Yeah, because if you got Hulu Plus, which is about, $10 to $15, you got Netflix, which is like $12.
No, I'm talking about networks, TV network channels.
Oh, okay.
Like CNN, Fox News, Like, if people were able to take those TV channels and choose which ones they wanted, like, they're actually able to, if they actually do all this, people will be paying, like, under $50 for all this stuff. So, it's awesome. Yeah. And I like where it's going. And if it goes that way, TV is going to be definitely safe, in my opinion.
I mean, seeing how, the internet changed the fucking music industry, now we got rid of one fucking dinosaur, pardon the pun, or whatever, now the TV industry, they're going to fucking, because let me tell you, I generally don't watch TV. I'll put it on for the news. I'll put it on and when I say the news, that's more just like background noise. Cause the news even irritates me because it's all fucking death stories and shit like that. Like talk shows, even then, but then I haven't really watched a talk show since Craig Ferguson went off the air. Then, after Craig Ferguson, there's really nothing, if I happen to be home that evening, like I'll be home Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll watch, Mike and Molly, or I'll watch, Flash or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, right now we're in the summertime where, the summer shows are they have new summer shows, but all the traditional shows are on hiatus until September. I don't watch regular TV. I really, really don't. And I can only imagine people a little younger than me, or people that, don't have the bills that I have and can afford, a Netflix or Hulu Plus or whatever, and especially now that the PlayStation, because I saw that update. I updated it on my PlayStation 3, the update for the TV. My only problem is that it's a pay service out the gate. What I feel what they should do, and that's what I don't like, because like on PlayStation 3 you could download Hulu, you can only download Hulu Plus, you can't download just basic Hulu. I think they should offer a free service, give everyone the free service. Say, look, here's a free service. And if you want to watch like old TV shows and stuff like that, go, great, fine. Go watch the old TV shows, have it ad supported. I don't mind watching 1 or 2 commercials, each break. Cause, when you watch something on Hulu, that's the one thing I love is that, they have commercial breaks, but they're short commercial breaks. It's not fucking 3-4 minutes of commercials. It's 2 commercials and back to the show. Have the older shows, cause, who knows? What if you wanted to watch fucking Different Strokes or whatever? Go ahead, watch Different Strokes, and then 2 commercials and come back. And that would be the free service. And then they go, okay, here's the free service. And even while those commercial breaks, they get advertised their pay channels. That's maybe it's just me, or maybe I don't understand the business model, but then you would have like the premiums, okay, look, you could upgrade your service and get these premium channels, and you have, like kind of way the cable did, you can have, you pay an extra $1 more and get MTV or whatever. You pay $1 more and get Cartoon Network. You pay $1 more. So then, by that point, you have the basic channels, which will be ad supported. And then, for the premium stuff, then you pay $1 or $2 more just so, I maybe maybe I'm shooting for the stars here. Maybe I don't understand the business model, but I think it would be, a good idea to have that, but someone's going to figure it out. Hulu had it good, but the fact that if you want to watch Hulu on your PlayStation, you have to have the Hulu Plus, which, you got to give, like, look at what they call these games freemium. Look at a game like Angry Birds. Angry Birds, the basic version is free, and everyone and their fucking mother plays Angry Birds, but if you want extra levels, or if you want the extra bird that, does extra shit or whatever, you pay a little more. And these fucking guys are billionaires now on such a simple model. All these stupid Game of War games and all these iPad games and phone games and stuff like that, they all work on this, what they call the freemium model, where you give everybody the free basic package. Okay, here we go, boom, it's beautiful, it can work, and it's ad supported, because when you play Angry Birds, there's fucking ad every time you go to a new board. But if you want the extra, you pay a little extra. And what better way to get someone sucked in than giving them, it's the drug dealer mentality. The first taste is free. And don't give me that bullshit. Oh, the first month is free. That's bullshit. No. Give me a free version. If Netflix was smart, they would have a free version of Netflix. Have it be, have that be ad supported, and then okay, then drill it into our heads. Oh, well, if you want more Netflix, then you have to get the premium version.
Right.
Pay the $12 a month. They should have a $0 a month. I don't know. That's just me shooting for the stars. Okay. And in other great news, something I mentioned, I think the last podcast, and thank you, Paul. You pulled the strings and everything came through. My New York Comic Con press pass came through. Go Chris. Go Chris.
Oh, wait. Go who?
Well, I mean, thank you, Paul. Go Paul. Go Paul.
That's right. Cause like I sent them an email and we're like, do you want to explain this to me?
Paul whipped out the gigantic podcast dick, boom, threw it on the table, and they reevaluated my application, and boom. And especially now, this year, now that I was there last year and I got a good chance to see how everything was going, and Matt's going also. I mean, Matt, like we mentioned last episode, Matt's application went through right away. My application was rejected for whatever reason. Things got Paul put him in check. My press pass came through, and
damn straight, I put him in fucking check.
And my tax return came in. I got the brakes done on my car, and I put a couple dollars down, and I got myself a halfway decent video camera.
Wait. Where's my bribe money?
Bribe money? I'll find something. I'll
shit. I swear to God.
Hey, you still have my microphone. That's
I'm holding hostage to it. So you give me my bribe money. Fuck.
But when my Adventures of JoJo come in, I'll give you that also. No, but
you better give me that, you fucking piece of shit. I already told Sketch. Sketch is like sitting there going, it's like a kid in the candy store. Like if it's sitting there going, ooh, I get JoJo. Ooh, I get JoJo. I was like, you better write a review for it, because I'm not giving you JoJo unless you give me a review in a week. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna write a review. I'm like, you better.
So my press pass came through. So, now Matt and I, we have, now that we know what to expect, we can be a little more prepared, a little better planned.
Well, we don't know. The thing that I'm waiting to see is Toonami's doing a pre-flight live from San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know anything about New York Comic-Con yet, but I'm assuming since Adult Swim does something big there every year, they may do that here. If that is the case, I will be coming down.
Oh, okay.
Just to let you know that.
So yeah, we'll work out those details.
Damn straight, motherfucker.
And so that was whatchamacallit. So that came through, fucking awesome. And like I said, I got a halfway decent camera. Got it on Craigslist. They didn't blow too much money. It's an older camera. I mean, it came out literally like 8 years ago, something like that. Yeah. But hey, it takes good video. I did a test video the other day. I did a video of my daughter. We went to the duck pond, and maybe it's my fault. I think I shook the camera a little too much, because like that live, like the action shots where like I was moving and I wasn't holding the camera still, they didn't look that great. But when the camera stays still, it fucking takes a cinematic like image, and looks fucking awesome. And and of course the con floors are very well lit and stuff like that. So that's not going to be a problem. So I think we should wrap it up.
That's what she said.
Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net, where you can find everything show related. You can find links to our iTunes page, where you can go back and listen to 3 whole years worth of Two Strangers One Podcast, if you choose to do so. You can go back and listen to every single episode for your iPhone, iPad, iPod. If you don't have an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, you can find us on the Stitcher app. That's STITCHER. The Stitcher app. what I like about them most, and then a feature that I've used very recently when I was working a lot of overnight shifts at my job, was you have the listen later option. So while you're home, you find the podcasts that you like, you subscribe to them on the Stitcher app, then you hit the option listen later. You download them while you're at home in your Wi-Fi spot, or if you're at McDonald's or Starbucks or the public library, wherever you get Wi-Fi, download the episodes, and then later on, when you're out and about doing your business, or if you're at work or whatever, and you pop in your headphones or whatever, however, if you're lucky enough where you can be at work and still listen to something, you can listen to the episodes without draining your data plan, without killing your battery. You listen to them later on. So you can, and of course, every podcast worth listening to: Mark Maron, Adam Carolla, This American Life, Kevin Smith's Smodcast, Chris Hardwick's The Nerdist, and of course, Paul's other baby, the Toonami Faithful podcast. You can check it out. They're all on Stitcher, any podcast listening to. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/2strangers1podcast, all spelled out. It just takes 2 seconds to like the page or to share an episode, any particular episode. And thank you for the people that have been sharing. Don't think that we haven't recognized you, especially one of my buddies, Sean Burnett. Thank you. And when you finally get everything organized, we'd love to have you on the show. One thing I kind of wanted to mention, and I don't know, I would like to have this guy as an interview. Last year or 2 years ago, I had John Bogdanov, the artist from the Death of Superman comics. Well, his son, and this guy's obviously such a huge Superman fan that he named his son Kal-El Bogdanov. He is the motion capture voice director, basically the big guy behind Fallout 4, which was released, was recently announced at E3. And I'm going to see if I could harass him to see if he could come on for an episode. I mean, not that I'm a gigantic fan of the Fallout series, but his father is a friend of the show. Maybe we can eke an interview out of him. That'd be fucking awesome. Just shooting for the moon there. And let me see. It takes 2 seconds to like us on Facebook. You can and share us, even if you don't have money to give. It just takes 2 seconds to share. You can find us on Twitter at Stranger Podcast. I keep saying I'm going to be more interactive, and I keep, I get on my own Twitter, and then I'm halfway through my Twitter feed. I'm like, oh shit, I should be going on Facebook. I should be going on the Stranger Podcast Twitter account and interacting with people. And also we're on iTunes. We're on YouTube. Just look up Two Strangers One Podcast. I do my own little thing called the Stranger Vlog. In a couple of days, I should be getting the PlayStation 4 Batman Arkham Knight Edition. It's a gift from my dad. So I'm probably going to be doing an unboxing video. I'm going to do like everyone else on YouTube and do an unboxing video. So I have to wait for it to show up. And when it does, I'll do a video and I'll post that as part of the Stranger Vlog that I do on the Two Strangers One Podcast YouTube page. Let me see what else. Oh, also, if you want to write us, like my buddy Oscar, you can write us at Two Strangers One Podcast. That's all spelled out. twostrangersonepodcast @gmail.com. And I acquiesce the floor to you, sir.
Fuck you, Oscar. So you can find us on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Paul Pascrillo. You can also find me on Instagram. It's instagram.com/Paul Pascrillo. You can hear my terrible voice on the Toonami Faithful podcast because I recorded that this week as well. And I have an ask.fm. It's ask.fm/Paul Pascrillo. So that's where you can find me. That's what you can do. Hopefully I'll have some good shit coming up soon. So.
And geekyinc.com.
Exactly.
GeeKeinc.com.
That's right.
Well, we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
Don't be a stranger.
Peace. We're out.
Bye. You should be fapping.
And fucking my face.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be
so,
honest
too.
with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5
Yeah.
is insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne. Right
No,
now,
sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.